Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video we're going to take a look at the price of gold. We haven't covered gold for a while, so I just wanted to talk about it in a little bit of detail. So recently we've been talking about the opportunities to buy the dollar, and we were looking for the market to follow that seasonal bias, and we still want to look for that. However, obviously last week we saw a little bit of a weakness coming through, but we're still longer term looking for that dollar strength to follow through, and that's where I feel we could potentially look towards the indices and have a little look at the commodities as well, just to see where we could potentially look for some further dollar strength. And gold is one of those where we could look for a little bit of short-term dollar strength as well. Now, just looking at a seasonal chart before starting the video, gold has actually followed a seasonal plan quite well in terms of typically through the end of March, or in March we find a low in the market, which is this area just through here. Then typically we kind of move sideways through April and May, which we've had this year, and then we typically rally towards the end of August. August usually is a little bit, August and September is a little bit bearish, and kind of flattens out through October, November, and then we rally from sort of the end of November and the rest of the year. So looking at this, we can look at this and say, well, the market's really following a seasonal pattern at the moment. It's kind of played out the way that it's supposed to have in the last sort of 20 years of data. So looking at that and looking at what we can see price doing at the moment, I'm expecting maybe a pushback down into these current weekly lows that we can see on the chart, and for the potential for gold to rally for the remainder of the year. So if we just take a look at this in a little bit of detail, how could we potentially trade off the back of this information? So if I just place a supporting level through here, we can see that price has recently bounced off of here and rallied up. It came back down, retested recently, and has made another little rally. And then it came back up into these sort of weekly lows just through there, and it's starting to reject. So going to the daily time frame, we're seeing a familiar pattern here than we have across our major currency pairs. So we've had almost like a move to the downside. So it looks quite similar to the Australian dollar pattern at the moment, or even the Kiwi pattern, where we have almost a higher high pullback into these lows, a fake breakout or a false breakout through here, and then we see that continuation of the trend. So we can see here the market is just kind of stalling at this point. We break through, we make that low, the market then forms a higher high, false breakout. Are we going to see another pushback down into these key lows here? Obviously, then it's up to the market whether it will take those out or whether we will see the rest of that seasonal pattern play out. But looking at this, to me at the moment, gold looks to be pushing back towards these key lows just through here. So if we go down into that 4-hour time frame, can we identify any kind of key areas to watch for short positions? So quite like the idea of looking back up towards this area here where the market found some support really recently, just with that bullish candlestick through there. We're obviously approaching a previous structure high on the 4-hour time frame at the moment, so price kind of made a double top, breakthrough, made a high through there where price is currently sitting at the moment. So we could look at this and potentially look for the market to pull back into this structure point that we've just pointed out. You can see the market has a lot of resistance and support at that point, and then we can look for the continuation of gold to press back down into these key weekly lows through there. So short term thinking, looking for some gold shorts into this level through here. Obviously then huge weekly support. If it breaks, we can look for further downside. If it bounces, we can look for that seasonal play to play out. So quick analysis here on gold. Look for short-term, short opportunities. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll speak to you soon.